Hello and welcome everybody to episode 9 of the Shameless Plug podcast. That's right, we're almost at double digits already. We're kind of a big deal. I'm TMT Coco, your co-host. I am joined by
How's it going, everybody? This is Lick My Sock 117.
or Lick My Sock II7 on Twitch, I believe it is now.
Yeah, that was a screw up. That was a big screw up.
Well, that'll be redacted at some point eventually. But yeah, welcome everybody. We're gonna get right into it. The thing that everybody's been talking about 2 weeks ago, but we're just getting to it now. The slap. And I'm talking. I don't even know. I don't need to explain this. People know what it is. It's Will Smith. The slap. People have seen the memes. It's everywhere. It's huge. When did you first see the slap? Were you watching it live, or did you see it on like Twitter or social media or something after?
Well, fortunately, when I was at work, we were just all sat down watching it live on the ship in the lounge. We watched it live, and we even had Bell PVR like all hooked up, and like when it happened, everybody was in such shock. Like I say everybody, there was 3 people watching, and everybody was in such shock.
Which
like,
is huge.
Was that a bit? And so we back it up a little bit, and like we watch it again.
You gotta go back and check the tape.
Gotta consult the data sheet. anyway, gee, that looks real. And then like the way Chris Rock like composed himself after the slap itself, like that was incredible.
Yeah,
right.
Like he took it like a champ. If it was real, which I definitely think it is. Like at first I wasn't sure. I'm like, yeah, this could be a bit. They're both kind of like goofy guys. It makes sense, but yeah, no. You could pretty much tell when Chris Rock tried to make sentences after and just couldn't. When he was like, yeah, we're here to give away a documentary or an award for documentary. That's when I was like, okay, yeah, this probably wasn't planned.
Yeah, like that was crazy.
He'd be more composed. Yeah.
I thought it was a bit just because like right after the smack, like Will Smith's like kind of smirking as he walks back like towards his seat. And it's crazy like when you think about how long that stage is. Like that's a big stage. And so like that's a waltz. And Will Smith doesn't advertise the slap at all. Like
he's just like holding his jacket together, all composed, walking up, and just out of nowhere.
And like the form he had, like there was no advertisement of this slap.
No, it almost seems like he'd been practicing. Like he just took like, instead of Taekwondo or something, he took like professional slapping courses or something. Because he pulled that like just out of nowhere with some good speed on it too. Like that didn't look weak at all.
No, and Chris Rock took it like a champ, like an absolute Chad. Like he barely even moved.
Yeah, he just kind of hit him with the wow.
Wow. Like the comedic wow.
But like also when I watched it, because I don't know if it was every station in Canada, but at least what I was watching it on, they muted like pretty much the whole thing right from when Will Smith slapped him till like after he was yelling at him when he sat back down and stuff. So at first I didn't even know what half of it was, like what was going on, because it seemed like a pretty harmless joking about G.I. Jane. Like most people don't even know what that movie is to start with. So
right, and for those who don't, like G.I. Jane is like the knockoff of G.I. Joe, except the missus like shaves her head bald because she thinks it's like tough, right? Like that's like she's like military, like super.
Yeah, and Will Smith's wife has a shaved head as well, so that's kind of where it pieced together. I didn't know about I keep seeing people defend Will and being like, oh yeah, that was a bad joke from Chris. Like he should have known that she has, what is it, like alopecia or something like that, which causes hair loss. But like I didn't know about it. I guarantee most people didn't know about it. Like how would you even? Who would follow her over like just Will Smith and Chris Rock? Like she's not a super big celebrity, I don't think.
Well, I think it's big in Hollywood. Like it may not be big to like you and me, but like the past couple of years, like those two have been all over social media with their open, like she cheated on him, and then to like save face in the relationship.
Yeah, she's a horrible like
like she's horrible, but she cheats on, I can't remember the dude's dead now. I can't remember. Is it
Tupac? Yeah.
Tupac, yeah. And
yeah,
it's called an open relationship, like on, so like, you know what I mean, like. But I
Yeah,
think at that
all an
point,
open relationship really is one person cheating and the other person not wanting to like lose that person. Like it's not there's I would say at least 60-70% of those cases it is not a fair deal at all. It is one person that's just a scumbag, in this case Jada, and the other person, like, we've all seen the meme of Will Smith just like sitting there on her talk show when she basically just said how she cheats on him all the time and stuff, and he's just sitting there like teary eyed, just looking like he wants to die. Like,
how long
she's
ago
such
was
a
that? That was a couple years now, wasn't it? I think.
yeah, that was probably like 3, maybe 4 years ago, probably.
But she's like they're like the
But
pinnacle of the open relationship, right? Like that's her role model for it.
yeah, she has absolutely ruined his life. Like every negative thing that I can think of when it comes to Will Smith is directly caused by her. Like he was a pretty normal dude for the most part, like early on in his career and stuff. At least it seemed like it. I didn't hear anything bad about him really. You know, he was always just kind of that goofy guy like he was in Fresh Prince. But like ever since he got with her, his life has just gone so downhill. And like with the red table talk, the thing where he was crying at the start, and then this now, like she just seems so manipulative, and she's ruining his life, and he won't leave. Like he'd be so much better off if he just left. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like he's like trying to hold some kind of moral turpitude by staying and like pretending everything's okay, like keeping it together, like this is my woman, we're together, we can get through
Yeah,
anything kind of thing, like, you know.
I could understand like if he was doing it for the kids, but like his kids went off the deep end too.
Well, wasn't his
They're
son doing movies too? Like his son's in what was that last years ago now?
well,
Ender's Game, wasn't it?
well, yeah, I can't remember. I know they did a movie together, like Will and his son
Right.
were I can't remember what that was called either, but
Couldn't have
yeah,
been
he
that
was
good.
no. I mean, the son and the daughter both kind of got into show business. Willow doing whip my hair back and forth, and then now I think she's cut all her hair off, so she's not really whipping it anymore, I guess.
Wait,
But
that was wait, forgive me. I forget his daughter's name. It's Willow?
yeah,
Willow Smith?
yeah. Well, there's Willow, Jada, and Jaden.
Right.
So because it's Jaden and Willow are the kids, and
Right,
yeah,
right.
which I didn't really think about until now. But man, that is kind of narcissistic.
Right? That's kind of crazy. Like, I'm not saying I'm coming up with any banger names here, but damn, I get do something a little better than that.
Yeah, like that. That is pretty telegraphed. I
Willow.
just never really picked up on it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, no, that's why I brought it up because, like, just in the moment, I was like, wait, what's her name? Anyway,
Yeah, yeah. That whole
how do you like? So, okay,
family's
so
just
how do you feel
gone
like how like
nuts.
we're at the point now? Like, obviously, we're taping this a little bit later, and everybody's reacted, and it's no longer big news. But like, so we found
Yeah,
out. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, whatever it was. That so the Academy has banned Will Smith for the slap, right, for 10 years. Can't go back to the Academy
yeah,
Awards for 10 years. And well, so after the slap, Will like Chris Rock doesn't do any charges, right? Like he's like no charge, and they
yeah.
both
He
like
drops it.
publicly apologize the day after. But that night, like later on, Will Smith actually wins Best Actor. Do you think they should have taken the award from him?
I mean, they did tell him to leave. Like I read that a few days after as well. After he slapped Chris Rock, and I don't know if it was like the first or second commercial break after that or what. Apparently, members of the academy, like I don't know who, if they have some relations person or whatever, asked him to leave, and he said no. I think
Really?
at that point they should have just said, yeah, no, he's not getting it, and just like called security and made him leave. Like if you assault someone at someone, like that'd be like if you had a party at your house and I punch someone in the mouth and you asked me to leave and I'm like, nah, and then you put me up on like a pedestal after. Like it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Like they at
that's
that point they
crazy.
should have been like, yeah, no, you're done. Like just go. And I didn't think they'd go so far. Like you were saying they announced 10 years. I didn't think they'd go that far at all. Like I figured if they told him to leave and he just said no and they're like, yeah, okay, we're sorry, please sit down, we'll give you an award in 20 minutes, I figured they were just gonna not really do anything, like just a slap on the wrist and put like a public statement out that says we do not condone this. Something kind of weak like that. But yeah, 10 years is definitely a lot more than I thought they'd do. And
Like
it's just
that's
crazy to think
crazy.
like
Like,
how far, like that's what, 2032. That
oh,
seems
don't say that.
ridiculous.
That's 2032 is only 10 years away. Stop it. But
Yeah,
like
like
I'm in the same boat as you, where like I didn't think like past the morning after, I didn't think there was going to be any repercussion past that, which is crazy. Like I'm so happy. I'm so happy that there's some kind of like follow up to
yeah, it's
that.
nice for them to have a spine. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
like to actually stand up and say no.
Like I understand prestige is a serious thing in our culture, right? Like, you know, but like if you or me like walked up on, like I said, at a house party, we punched somebody out, probably we're gonna get charged for that, right? Like probably.
Yeah, like he already got off with Chris not pressing charges or anything like that.
And on top of that,
I
like we're
was,
probably not going to that house party again. Like if there's one the next week, right?
yeah,
Like we're probably not invited. And then on top of
yeah,
that, we're not getting some kind of award, like prestigious award. Like basically, if they didn't do anything, they're saying to the world, it's okay to be insulted by words and to take physical action for it. You know what I mean? Like it was all like the whole like
yeah,
say what you want, like how the Oscars is like overrated and everything like that, but it really is one of the biggest events in the world still. It's like a televised live event.
yeah. Like every single celebrity, like every person in that room has such a ridiculous impact on like so many people each. Like everybody follows some celebrity somewhere and like watches what they do and stuff like that.
Like Bill
And when
Murray
you
was
have
there.
all of them together, like
You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's my idol.
yeah, like it is kind of a place where you anything you do that's wrong, you pretty much have to right away correct it. Otherwise, there's so many people that are like either getting the impression that yeah, that's fine. My idol did it, my hero did it, or just I don't know. A lot of people kind of have started going the other way where they just basically think of celebrities as like entitled children, like really kind of not acting their age a lot of times, and sometimes they definitely do that too. But
No, for sure. What do you think about this? Like, how do you think? Like, I've like me, my opinion's already out there. I think anyway that the slap is totally unwarranted. Like, sure, you could say he was like Will was defending his woman's honor or something like that, right? But I think it was
well,
totally unwarranted, not cool. It's a joke, and I think our society has gone too far where, like, yeah, okay, obviously some words can hurt, but it's Chris Rock's job. Like, you know, you're sitting in that audience, you know, you're fair game. That's his job
yeah,
to make
like
people
they
laugh, right?
yeah, it's just like a lottery system on whether you're the one that he makes a joke about or not. You kind of accept it when you come in, and it's not like this is the first time the Oscars have been done or the first time they've had a comedian come on and do something. Like look at when Ricky Gervais was there and he made fun of every person in
Well,
the
that's what I
audience pretty
mean.
much.
Like,
And that
it's
was one of the best Oscars ever. That was hilarious. And even I mean there were a couple jokes he made where pretty much everyone was just crickets and then everyone at home was laughing cuz he was just basically saying, "Yeah, you're all just like entitled with your silver spoons. You don't know what like you're kind of tone deaf when you say stuff." But yeah, like the other thing that bothers me about it is there's a clip. I didn't see it live, like it wasn't shown on the channel I was watching it on, but there's a clip that shows Will and Jada as Chris Rock's making the joke, and Will is laughing, like
oh,
he's doing
100%.
the typical
Ha ha
like
ha,
even
like you got
if it
us.
was at him, like you're still laughing. You're not visibly like angry or anything like that. Like you're accepting, yeah, it's a joke. It's at me. Haha. Yeah. Okay. Next. And then she's just rolling her eyes and gives him like a death stare. And then that's when he got up and did that. So like again, it's her ruining his friggin' life, but he needs to be a bit more level headed, I guess, and just kind of accept that it was a joke. Like even Chris Rock right after is like, it was a G.I. Jane joke. Like, of
And then
all the
you've heard the
things.
uncensored part of like what he says, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's and like
Like
that's
he
like that's when I like maybe they were like just acting like that's really good acting. Like you can see the anger in his
that'd
eyes.
be better than any movie he's ever done.
Yeah,
Like, in
like
terms
there's
of
the
acting
Oscar
for
right
sure.
there, and the Oscar
Yeah.
goes to. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
like
but, oh, so like
yeah.
after and then after that, like you know, Chris Rock's like, oh, I could, and he like kind of like stops
Yeah,
himself.
he had some stuff ready.
That's right. What do you
But
think the first joke he would have said was? Like, what do you think his comeback would have been?
well, I think 100% it would have been about her and her other boyfriends or something like that. Like it's the same with Ricky Gervais. Someone asked him about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't have made fun of. I wouldn't have made a joke about her. I would have made a joke about all her boyfriends or something like that." Just basically pointing out that she's just a cheating, just
But
sack of
do you think
trash,
the
basically.
reaction would have been different though? Like, what if he made a joke about her cheating? Like, which she still would have rolled her eyes,
Oh,
and he
she would
still
have
would have,
given the death stare for sure.
yeah.
She would have just
Like,
sicked Will on him for sure. Yeah.
I don't think the certain joke was the variable there. It was just the fact that she got made fun of. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
she couldn't
she
take
can't
it,
handle that.
and therefore she
She
sticks her dog on him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, she just got him trained to snap.
100%
Like
my
it's
comeback joke would have
pathetic.
been like, especially after like Will Smith's like, keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth. I would have been like, oh, so I can F her, but I just can't say her name. Gotcha. Or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
her whole story is just pathetic. I don't understand. Like she's just a horrible human being from
and the
everything that
following
I've seen.
24 hours were the real fallout for me of I couldn't go two scrolls on social media without seeing some form
Oh,
of
it was
meme.
everything. Yeah,
Oh,
there were some good memes though. Like there's one I think I sent it to you where they edited in like it was mid slap. Will was on the follow through, so his hand was coming back down, and Chris Rock had like the puckered face because he just obviously just got hit, and it was uh, Chris Rock had the saxophone like edited in to make it look like he was playing the saxophone, and Will had like the big what is it, like a cello or something, the thing that they like slap for the really bassy noises.
right. Yeah.
Like just stupid stuff like that. I saw someone made an edit where Chris Rock was Marty from Madagascar, the character that he voiced in
Yes.
that, and Will Smith was
The
what's the
fish.
fish's name?
Um,
I
Forget
can't
the
remember
five
the
G's.
fish's name. Yeah, I can't remember the fish's name, but yeah, someone completely recreated it with those two.
I want to say
Like
Oscar,
there was
but
some,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I can't remember, but there was some goofy stuff that came out of that.
Yeah, I was gonna mention the Marty, the zebra Madagascar one. That was probably the best one.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
Like it doesn't take long for people. Like the internet can transform stuff so quickly. Like something happens and like half an hour later you've got stuff like that coming up. But
Well, even if you weren't
yeah,
watching the Oscars, like if you were just on Facebook and like probably
oh,
within
you knew
10
about it.
minutes, like you seen a meme. Like it was
Yeah,
amazing how fast that was. Just like I don't know, I guess we could do like a side thing into my one topic. Like
yeah,
memes
like
are becoming my main form of news. And like that
yeah,
slap proves it, right? Because like within minutes, like that was everywhere. Like me, like that was the news, right?
yeah,
Like depending on the subject, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. But memes can be a form of news faster than like the next evening 6 o'clock news. Like media is changing so much every day, right?
yeah. Like actual news outlets are almost redundant at this point in terms of just like commonplace stuff like that. Obviously, you have like reporters if they go somewhere or like interview people, but for just observation type stuff where something happens and people see it, you can go anywhere on the internet now to get that, and usually quicker because people are so quick to be like, I saw something, I have to tell everyone, quick share, so fast.
I got to get
And I
that
mean,
Reddit karma.
it's all about the karma. You gotta get those Twitter likes. Like the original video that someone, like the first one, the person that posted the fastest of that slap on Twitter has like 250,000 plus likes on their account now. They can just, I don't know, flex that at their next protest or whatever Twitter users do.
Weird flex, but
But
okay.
like, yeah, it's all the whole concept of people doing that just to get like internet points is weird to me, but that seems to be why a lot of them do it.
I'll give him the
Like
point.
news outlets want the viewership for the ads, for the money, but random everyday people just want the updates, basically.
The updates.
Like it's a weird system, but There are, I guess, some exceptions. Like I haven't seen any memes about Ukraine, rightly so. Oh,
Right. Well, just
actually,
as
I did
you.
see. I saw one where it was like Russia's about to find out. It was something along the lines of like Russia's about to find out why I don't have free healthcare or something. Just basically saying that like the states has all their money going to military instead. But
Yeah.
yeah, for the most part,
Most of,
stuff like that
for the
usually
most
doesn't get
part,
memed.
I find like memes have taste. There's the odd. There's probably one in every 25 to 50 have like poor taste. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can go searching for the bad ones, but I find the ones that pop up in my feed, maybe because it's just my feed anyway, it's oriented towards me, but I find most of them are pretty
Yeah.
tasteful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, rarely are they just like outright insults and stuff. But again, it's just like, do you take it as a joke or do you take it like Jada did,
That's
basically?
right. It's
Like,
it's all about how you take it, right? Of course.
yeah, but like, yeah, it's that's all my Instagram is. It's just memes, and I'm totally fine with that. I have no complaints there. There was
People
something else I was gonna say, but
people
it's
having
totally escaped
babies.
my mind. No, I don't have that on my feed.
Oh, really?
Is that a common thing for you?
For me, yeah. For me, it's a lot of babies and a lot of engagements, really.
Ah, the universe trying to tell you something, perhaps.
Well, I mean,
Whereas for me, it's just telling me, yeah, just here. I know you're alone in your room. Just have this meme. Just, just
I'd
take it.
prefer the memes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't complain. They do their job. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like you were saying that you can find the bad ones if you want. I was just gonna say, yeah, like every 1 in 20 is like an Amy Schumer type joke. Did you see that? Like for those that don't know, again, still talking about the Oscars. She was one of the three like co-hosts, but barely actually hosts because the Oscars like the past 2 or 3 times didn't even have hosts, and it kind of just worked. Um, but yeah, Amy Schumer was one of the hosts, and she's notorious for just not being funny and stealing other people's jokes and delivering them poorly. She's the whole reason that Netflix changed their rating system from star based to thumbs up or not thumbs up because she had a Netflix special that had so many 1 stars that Netflix was like, "Oh, these people are trolling." It's because she's like, well, she made it about gender. She's like, "Oh, it's because these men don't want to see successful women in comedy," and she got all like insecure and stuff. But anyways, yeah, she's just like the bane of comedy's existence, and she a couple days after, well, I think the next day she said that she was super like triggered and didn't feel safe leaving her home because of the Will Smith slap. I don't know if she just figured she's gonna go outside and Will's gonna be waiting there, just like hand up, ready to go or something. But
She
she
said that?
also, yeah, she said she was triggered and didn't feel safe and needed
Oh
time away
my.
to collect herself. To which everybody said, "Take as much time as you need, and then some. We don't want you back." But yeah, a few days after she let out some of her really crappy jokes. She's like, "These are the ones the Oscars wouldn't let me tell because they were too edgy." And one of them was about the Rust shooting, the movie that where Alec Baldwin accidentally shot the
Yeah. Yeah, that was
producer or
horrible.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she wanted to make a joke about it. Like that's the kind of like every once in a while you get one of those just edgy memes that are garbage and it's like her humor. Just no one finds it funny and it's just in bad taste.
Yeah, like am I the weirdo that doesn't think that one's funny? Like for me, like I don't care about a ball joke, like that is kind of funny. But like when you're talking about like if you don't know about the Alec Baldwin thing, like they were shooting a movie and basically he was handed a weapon to use like in the movie, which we figured was a prop weapon. Turned out to be a loaded
Yeah.
gun and he shot somebody and killed them. Like it was a total freak accident. I don't think, obviously he loses sleep over it. You know what I mean? Like that's a horrible, horrible thing. And I don't think there's any comedic element to that.
Yeah, there's no like there is no parallel universe where someone laughs at that joke. Like every single one of them. If you were like Doctor Strange looking through all the possible timelines, they'd all be the same. It'd just be crickets. People booing maybe.
Yeah. So
Like it's just
like
bad taste.
so obviously the Oscar showrunners were like, yeah, you can't tell that joke.
yeah, they I
Right.
guess they're supposed to like vet stuff beforehand, and everything is not necessarily scripted, but it's on rails, I guess. Like they want to know what's going to happen beforehand and stuff like that. So they basically told her no on half of her jokes, which thank God they did that.
Wasn't there another joke? I don't remember the particular joke, but didn't she steal the joke from like Leonardo
Oh, she's
DiCaprio?
notorious for stealing jokes. Like apparently there's been entire internet threads where people have just like gone through either if she does like a stand-up show or something on TV or something like that. They'll just go through and every single joke she makes, they'll just try and find it from an earlier performance from someone else, and for the most part they do. Like at least half of them, they seem to find someone else doing that joke. She's just trying to be like, you know, that meme or just relatable scenario where it's like someone says the joke and then someone says the joke but louder and everyone laughs at that person
Right.
saying the
Yeah,
joke.
my
She
entire
she
life.
she yeah, she's just been trying to do that more or less, and people are like, this person already said that, or you can tell it's from her because it's not funny at all.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like
Yeah,
I give
so if
anybody a
the
fair kick at the can, but honestly, like over the years, she's just
she's had
not
enough
funny.
kicks.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
she's just not funny.
Like if the Oscar would like to just get some collateral damage in and say, yeah, we're also going to ban Amy Schumer from the Oscars for 10 years, I don't think anyone would be upset about that. Do it twice, even. Totally fine. But yeah, that was a wild thing. And then very shortly after that, heard the sad news about Bruce Willis, and he didn't die or anything before anyone just like rushes to Twitter.
I
Please
was like,
stay
hold
here
up.
for all your news. Yeah, no, he has I can't remember the name of the disease, but it's a mental disease. It's not like a physical thing per se, where he's basically slowly losing the ability to communicate and comprehend. So eventually he won't be able to speak coherently, and he won't be able to understand what people are saying to him. It'll all just kind of seem like gibberish to him, which of course is really sad. He was a big actor. He did tons of great movies. Some kind of not so great, but still good because they were bad type movies.
What? Name a
And
mediocre Bruce Willis movie.
I mean, The Sixth Sense was kind of
Okay.
goofy,
Okay. Yeah. Fair
but
enough.
like he does goofy movies that are still good and they have like at least cult following status, I'd say. And then obviously some of his other ones like Die Hard are just classics. But
Yeah,
yeah,
like
so
everybody's like go-to Christmas movie was always Elf or whatever, right? Like mine was always Die Hard.
oh yeah,
Die
that's
Hard
a
is a
whole
Christmas
heated
movie.
debate on whether or not that's a Christmas movie, and
Yeah, but
I
I
don't see that debate going away at any time. Although I think either him or the director commented on it at some point. I can't remember if they said it was or wasn't. I almost feel like he said it was a Christmas movie,
I
but I
remember that
can't.
too, but
I'd
I
have to
can't
pull up the tape.
remember. Yeah, I have to
Yeah,
consult the data sheet. But no, yes, it's really unfortunate. I've seen that on social media too, and it's a shame. Like he's had a great run. Like don't get me wrong, it's been a great kick at the can. But what a horrible thing is like some diseases and age in general, right? So like the fact that I don't know how old he is. He's got to be 60 odd now, right? But
yeah, he's probably close to 70 now.
yeah,
I
like
think.
realistically, he's got another 15 years. With today's medicine and the money he's got, right? So
Yeah,
it's a shame that his time could possibly be cut in half that he's got left where he can like have a functioning enjoyable life. You know what I mean? Like even though you're on the back nine of the golf course, but you still want to, like me anyway. I
yeah.
want to milk
I
every
mean,
minute
he's
I
pretty
got.
much like obviously they're a bit different than the everyday person. They are in their, I guess, retirement phase, but when you're an actor, I don't know if they really consider that too much. You just kind of take a year off, not make a movie, and then go and make another movie type thing. But yeah, he's still like, and apparently he's had a couple like direct to Netflix or direct to other things type movies that never went to theaters. And apparently they haven't been great. And he was nominated for a Razzie, which is like the the mirror flip of the Oscars. It's for the worst movies and performances. And I read that they I guess he had won the Razzie for worst performance for one of his newest movies. And once this came out, they're like, oh, and they kind of realized, and the directors even said like they could notice the disease was like getting worse while he was doing these movies because he would
Really?
basically just have to have his hand held through every scene. He a lot of times would just like start talking gibberish and stuff like that, or like he wouldn't understand the direction.
And how
So
long ago was
they
this?
they
That's within
revoked
like
that.
the past 2 years, you're saying?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. But I guess no one really pieced it together that like it was an actual disease that was happening to him. They just thought he was like losing his edge or whatever. But yeah, they revoked the Razzie, so
It
it
revoked the
which is
Razzie.
in good taste. Yeah, because it was an award for being the worst actor, and then they
No,
realized,
that's
oh,
right.
he was bad in it because like he had this going on. So it was good that they did that, but he was always pretty good at like taking stuff on the chin like that. Like I remember there was a roast for him. God, that was probably 5 or 10 years ago
The
now.
roast of Bruce Willis.
Yeah, but yeah, he was pumping out movies like all the time, and apparently he said a few years ago that basically all these movies that he's done in the past 5 years, he's just taking whatever movie offers he gets just to save up money to give to his family. Like he was such a genuinely nice guy. Like,
Yeah,
I've never heard anything bad about him
what a wonderful
ever.
thing. That's awesome.
Yeah, like
What's your
him and
favorite?
Keanu Reeves are the only like two genuinely nice, not full of themselves people that I've seen in a long time. But what were you gonna say? My favorite Bruce Willis movie?
Yeah.
I mean, Die Hard one, just classic. Like, if I had to point out or like give an example of an action movie, just say Die Hard. Like, everyone knows what Die Hard is if you say it, or at least like 95%. I'd say comfortably. Everyone just knows that movie,
No, that's
and it was
fair.
it was great.
I would used to say Die Hard, particularly Die Hard with a Vengeance, the third in the series. I think is
Right,
one of his best ones because he
that's the one
plays.
with Samuel L. Jackson, right?
That's right, and like they have really good
Yeah,
chemistry in the film,
yeah,
and like his character, like John McClane, is supposed to have like a bad hangover and a headache all day, and he plays that
yeah.
role as if he actually has a headache that entire time.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of his better. But honestly, my favorite one would probably have to be Red, R-E-D, one of the
Red
more
is
recent
very good.
ones that he did, and
Yeah,
with John Malkovich was in there
yeah.
too. Yeah,
Those are such
fantastic.
goofy movies.
And that's
Like he was
goofy
really good
Bruce
at
Willis. Yeah,
being, yeah, like he could be serious in an action role, or he could just have like a goofy role like that, no problem. Like
I feel like
he
the
has
movie.
range, but they're all he's like a typecast action guy, I suppose.
Yeah, that's right. I feel like the movie, the recent movie Nobody with Bob Odenkirk. I don't know if you've seen that before or not.
I think I bought it for my brother for Christmas, but I never watched it.
Gotcha. Bob Odenkirk is an up and coming, like one of my favorite actors. He played Saul Goodman in Breaking
Yeah,
Bad, and obviously Better
yeah.
Call
Better Call
Saul.
Saul now.
Yeah, the prequel to Breaking. Anyway, he did a movie called Nobody, and it's basically it's different, but it has the same like vibe as Red.
Yeah,
But definitely, like Bruce Willis, like plays that kind of retired secret agent coming back into the fold a lot better with like the humor and the subtlety of it. Like he just wants to be done. He just wants to get on
yeah.
with
He's
his
just
life.
tired of it, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Like he's pulling off all these crazy shots and everything, like kicking butt.
and he's just like sighing about it after.
Yeah, he's like, like, but he's not like Toby
Yeah.
Maguire my back about it, but like he's like just just
Well,
good
yeah,
about it.
he's good.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was like it's weird seeing all these big actors get old. Like uh, Bill Murray when he was like he did the in memoriam speech for Ivan Reitman at the Oscars this year, and he is so old looking now. And I keep thinking of him from like the original Ghostbusters or like Caddyshack when he was young. And like you watch these movies and then you see him now and he's just a dinosaur. It's
He is
weird seeing them all
super
get
old.
old.
And it's like, well, I find Morgan Freeman doesn't really age, but I find
No, he's
Samuel Jackson, he is aging a lot, like a crazy man. Like
yeah,
he's the perfect age for a Mace Windu return. Like, don't get me wrong,
yeah.
but he lived 100%. We just watched Revenge of the Sith yesterday.
No, yeah,
He
yeah, for sure.
100% lived. Anyway,
Yeah,
what was I saying? Bill Murray, like, yeah, he's some old. And did you watch the new Ghostbusters movie, Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Afterlife. No, I haven't
Oh,
got
you
around to it yet.
I think you need to watch
But
it because there's like some real like if you like the
there's a lot of
original,
callbacks, right?
yeah, oh yeah, if you like the original Ghostbusters, like Bill Murray and Ivan who passed away, like and all that, like you're gonna dig it. There's some
Yeah,
real like heart touching moments there.
yeah. Like I'm not a fan of movies where the main characters are children or like young actors because I just don't think that they're that good. But
Well, that and the kid from
it
Stranger
has,
Things is in everything.
yeah, it has. God, how am I forgetting his name? He's another actor that's done no evil. Uh, Ant Man, Paul Rudd has him in it, right? So
Oh, it does, yeah.
yeah, I wanted to see it because it looked like it'd be good. The premise seemed good, but yeah, I haven't got around to it yet. But I'm trying to think, what was the other? There was one other actor where, like, I had only seen him in their old stuff. Oh, uh, what the frick?
Oh,
Chevy
them
Chase.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah, like, cause he's in Community, the TV series, and I had only ever seen him in the old National Lampoon stuff, where obviously he was much younger, and like I just always saw him as that. And then I watched Community for the first time, and in that he looks very old, and he gained a lot of weight and everything. And I had no idea that's what he looked like. And I saw his character, and at first I didn't piece together that it was him until I heard the voice. I'm like, wait, and I had to look it up, and that was the first big one that hit me, where it's like, man, all these actors I grew up with are getting old now, like real old.
Right, because that's your favorite Christmas movie is
Oh yeah, Christmas Vacation
yeah,
every
that's
year.
right.
That's the Christmas
Like
movie
that's
for
the
me.
countdown to, count. That's the ball drop. That's the last Christmas
Yeah,
movie you
that's
watch.
that's the last movie every year. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's got like
yeah,
the old man cut now, like the classic like George Costanza gray hair thing going on,
yeah,
or like
yeah.
Larry
He got
David
real
and
chubby.
Curb. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man's a unit. But yeah, it's weird to think that like eventually, like obviously, I was the one part of it is they're not making movies anymore. But I feel like a lot of actors are already kind of at that point from the old stuff. You don't really see them in too much new movies. But getting to the point where it's like, yeah, my favorite actor is, and then no matter who you pick, they're like dead, is gonna be weird.
That
And like
do you think it's
telling
like
your
that
kids about.
for our parents like already? Like, like our parents are like in the 60s now, right? Getting there.
Yeah, the weird thing is like there were no, like for us, even movies, well, like 40 years before we were born were decent. But when our parents were born, there weren't movies 40 years before they were born, you know?
No, yeah, that's
So
fair.
so like even like people that my parents like to watch are the same people that I like to watch, like because I feel like there was like a golden age of quote unquote old movies
Right, starting in the
that
70s, which is when they
yeah
started going to
that
the movie theater.
yeah, and it's just like a shared pool.
Right.
And this is kind of the first big, like I guess it's going to be the first wave or time period where we start losing all these old actors for the first time.
Yeah, that's crazy
Like
now that you
obviously
think
there
about
there
it.
are some that have already gone like even years ago that were good, but like
Yeah.
the original batch, I guess.
Like I think it started with like 2014 you lost Robin Williams, right? And then you
Yeah.
lost like Billy Mays who's the commercial guy for Flex Seal. Like that was huge.
Yeah. I
Um
mean, that was not someone I was thinking
no,
of
but
for
like
this
that just came to
conversation, but
mind.
yeah.
But he's dead and it was
Yeah.
huge. Like now we have Slap
Yeah.
Chop guy, like he's the best Billy Mays we got.
Yeah. Well, he went to prison
Vince.
for a while, but yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he like beat his wife or
Oh
something
my
like
god. Well,
that.
I mean, she probably didn't clean the damn Slap Chop.
Eh. He said, "You're gonna love my nuts," and she's like, "I want a divorce."
She's like, Vince, if you don't sham wow this shit right now, I'm out of here. Anyway,
Works for it is we own most of his products.
who else with this? Sean Connery. Sean Connery's gone.
Yeah.
Adam West, the original Batman,
Yeah.
he's gone. It's gonna be crazy when like Harris, like we lost Carrie Fisher already, right? Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
And so like Harrison Ford's not gonna be far. But I think Mark's gonna live the longest out of all of them
Probably. Yeah.
because I think Mark was like
Yeah.
the youngest too. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm
I
pretty sure it
I
was.
think so. I'm not
It
sure
might
on
have.
that.
Well, Carrie might have been close, but apparently she did like hard drugs and went off the deep end after the first three Star Wars movies. She had too much money and
Wow.
didn't know what to do with it.
Who wouldn't? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah, Mark probably did too.
yeah, that's
And
right.
that's how he got all his Joker roles. But
Well, like didn't like remember like so after A New Hope, banger of a movie, right? Makes a bunch of money. Like he
yeah,
gets off like racing cars and he got into a car accident before they were filming Empire Strikes Back, so they threw in the Wampa scene, right, for his messed up face.
yeah.
Like that
Which
was the whole thing.
I've held the lightsaber in that scene. Just casual flex.
That's a
So
huge flex. Oh my god. Chevy Chase is 78 years old.
yeah, like it's the next 5 to 10 years is gonna be there's gonna be some huge in memoriams. I think.
Betty White, she passed. She made it to
Yeah,
99, not even
she was
100.
like she was like the like the people that used to post on YouTube before posting on YouTube made you money.
Right.
Like she was one of the precursors almost.
Morgan
But
Freeman
yeah,
is 84.
yeah. There's so many that like
Tom
the
Hanks
one
is
that
up
I
there
feel like
too, isn't it? No, not quite. 65.
yeah,
Sorry, keep going.
the one that like I keep thinking should be old that just isn't actually old yet and isn't aging or acting more mature is Adam Sandler. Like you look at him, he looks the same as he did in like Big Daddy or like any of his early stuff.
Yeah, he hasn't
Like,
really
he's not
aged.
changing.
No, not
But
at
he's not
all.
that old either. Like he got into it when he was young and like that was mainly the 90s, so it wasn't really that long ago. He just seems like just because he had so many movies in the 90s, I guess for me he seems like he's in that group of old act like good old actors. But
No, yeah, that's right. I wonder if we'll ever get
Cle-
Grown Ups 3 because he's got all those damn. He's got his inner circle of buddies with like Chris Rock,
yeah.
Kevin James, David Spade. You know what I mean? Where they made.
Well, he's got everyone. He's got Shaq. He's got
Yeah, that's
Stone
right.
Cold Steve Austin. Like he's collecting all the wrestlers that he used to watch too.
Yeah, that's right. Those movies must have been a lot of fun to make. Just like all
Oh,
your
for sure.
buddies, like just making a
It
movie.
he was just hanging out and making money casually. Like it, he's living the dream for sure.
Clint Eastwood is 91 years old.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's next. He's got to be. He is
Holy.
so old.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Clint Eastwood movie?
Uh,
I
I
think
don't
mine
even
would
know. They all
be.
kind of blur together almost half the time.
I
I
think
like
mine
his
would
war movies.
be. Yeah, Kelly's Heroes. I think would be mine. That's the one
Yeah.
where they get the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Clint Eastwood. He's 91. My favorite movie for him would definitely be Kelly's Heroes. Who else is getting up there in age? I think. I don't know. Trying to think. Oh, Harrison Ford has got to be getting way up there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
79. I'm just
Um,
keep going here unless you're done.
no, yeah, I mean it could go on forever, realistically. Like there's so many in that group.
Yeah. Well, I figured this is our Hollywood episode since we're nearing the part of an hour.
Yeah, like we had more topics, but we really zeroed in
Oh
on
yeah.
celebrities here. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in to episode 9 of the Shameless Plug podcast. Really appreciate it. Feel free to like, subscribe. Yeah, subscribe. That's what YouTube does. Yep.
Sure does.
Yeah, do that. Comment. Anything really helps us out. Really appreciate the viewership or listening ship. The ships. We like ships. Big boat people. But
You're
yeah, that's
losing
gonna
it.
do it for this episode. I'm TMT Coco. I was joined as usual by
Lick my sock 117.
that's the one. All right, thanks everyone. I'll catch you next week.
Yep.
See
Have
ya.
a good day.